There are several wildfires burning in Oregon that are forcing evacuations right now. Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Drew Carney, and the latest fire broke out yesterday in Central Oregon. It's the Grandview Fire. It's in Jefferson County, about 40 miles north of Bend. Right now, it's burning about 4,000 acres. Our news partner in Bend, KTVZ, shared these pictures with us. Dark smoke can be seen for miles, and go now evacuation orders have started for that area. We have a link to the evacuation area at kgw.com. We can tell you small single-engine planes and large air tankers are dropping water and fire retardant while crews continue trying to establish lines on the ground. The biggest wildfire in Oregon remains the Bootleg Fire. This map shows where it's burning in southern Oregon. It's tripled in size since Friday, quickly spreading to just over 150,000 acres. Crews from all around the state are still trying to get that fire under control. Galen Etland shows us how people are putting their lives on the line right now to protect other people who are in the line of fire.
In a matter of days, the Bootleg Fire went from a few thousand acres to nearly 150,000.
The fire intensity has been too much.
Tamara Schmidt is working to get information out there about the fire, burning parts of the Fremont-Wainema National Forest.
How are you feeling through all of this?
Feeling for our community and feeling for, our local area and what they're going through.
Evacuation orders are in place, some requiring people living nearby to get out now. The Klamath County Sheriff's Office is taking that seriously.
We're going to be doing citations and arresting people if they, do not follow the orders.
The problem is rapid spread.
One tree to the next like dominoes, and that's how this one is burning.
Gary Jennings is a deputy incident commander with about 47 years of experience taking on disasters. He says because this area is so dry, the Bootleg Fire has grown an average of 4 miles each day.
So if you think about where you're going to be working and what is potentially a threat, you have to think 4 miles away.
We're seeing conditions that we haven't seen in some cases ever before.
Fire crews from the Portland area and the rest of the state are joining the fight.
That has made the job so much easier.
Groups will break the fire up into zones with the goal to protect towns, power lines, and agriculture. Firefighters know it's an uphill battle, with many remembering the losses last September.
How do you keep that morale up when it's already been so difficult, let alone with this current fire season that started so early, but as you mentioned, with such a traumatic experience last year?
There really is that team community feel. They take it kind of personally sometimes when, they're part of these communities. So I think that helps with keeping morale up.
And as that fiery glow approaches more of those communities, Klamath County commissioners are asking the federal government for more help. And firefighters are asking all of us to practice fire prevention. Galen Etland, KGW News.
Let's check in live right now with Rod Hill in the KGW Weather Center. Rod, what are the weather conditions right now that firefighters are dealing with?
Well, unfortunately, we're still looking at temperatures generally anywhere from 94 to 98 degrees when you hop east of the Cascades, including Central Oregon, and also down south in the Klamath Basin. It's more like 96, 97, 98 degree temps expected this afternoon. So none of that's good news. So again, the Grandview Fire, the mileage between this and Sisters is only about 10 miles. Yeah, burning 10 miles north of Sisters. As you mentioned, Drew, that's at 4,000 acres right now. Here's a look at a nearby live camera. This is on the rooftop of the clubhouse at Aspen Lakes Golf Course in Sisters. So there you can see the Three Sisters, and it's clearly hazy. You can see that's all smoke right now. It's kind of laying down low against the forest. So we'll continue to watch that one. Here are those temperatures. These are the current numbers. 86 in nearby Bend right now, already 91 down in Burns. And real quick, the other maps, we've been updating as well on the Bootleg Fire again, now over 153,000 acres. That continues to be the largest fire burning with no containment in the Pacific Northwest. And the fire up in the Dry Gulch Fire in Washington, the largest in our neighboring state to the north, still just 20% contained, over 46,000 acres. Not a lot of wind today, except for localized wind in those fire areas. Here's a look at the clear blue sky over downtown Portland. We're currently at 71. Should be mid-80s at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Our 7-day does show significant cooling that eventually moves over into eastern Oregon as well. I'll have that complete forecast for you coming up.
All right, Rod, that's about 10 minutes from now. Right now, though, we want to get to other local news today. This is what's left of a mailbox in Northeast Portland after police say someone used explosives to blow it up around 1 o'clock this morning. You can see cinder blocks scattered all over the street there. Some of that debris landed over 100 feet away. This happened on Northeast 148th between Burnside and Northeast Gleason. So this is the second time something like this happened in Northeast Portland in just the last few days. Officers responded to a similar call Saturday night after someone blew up a little library box near Northeast 87th and Fremont. That explosion caused damage to a couple of nearby homes as well, but no one was hurt during either of these two incidents. And a heads up this hour that the Hawthorne Bridge is closed right now. It will stay closed until 5 o'clock this evening as crews do an inspection on the bridge. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow through Friday, the bridge will be closed again for drivers and pedestrians from 3 a.m. to noon every day as crews replace cables that lower the bridge's lift span. Let's get to some COVID news this afternoon. The Delta variant is becoming the dominant strain in the U.S., and we're starting to see cases and hospitalizations trend upwards again. NBC's Sam Brock has the latest from Florida.
In about a month, kids across the country are going to be returning to school, and there is an incredible impetus right now to get as many of them vaccinated as possible before they return to the classroom. Because at no point in this pandemic, perhaps, has it been more clear the disparity between states that have high vaccination rates and low vaccination rates. Those at the very bottom, states like Arkansas, Alabama, and Mississippi, have seen some of the biggest increases in COVID-19 infections. If you pull it out big picture right now, there's been a 16% increase in infections nationally, an 8.6% increase in hospitalizations. Some good news, deaths are still on decline from COVID-19, down 25%. But right now, there is all kinds of concern with the Delta variant, 2.5 to 3 times more transmissible than the original strain, and it is permeating communities all over this country right now, especially those that are vulnerable because of low vaccination rates. Later today, there's going to be conversations between Pfizer and the CDC and top health officials about whether or not we will need a third booster shot, with Pfizer saying it might be necessary within 6 to 12 months. But top officials like Dr. Anthony Fauci say they want to see the clinical evidence before issuing that kind of guidance. That's the very latest here in Miami. Sam Brock, NBC News.
Let's talk about the latest in Washington. Washington is almost to its 70% COVID vaccination goal. 69.4% of people in the state over 16 have had at least one dose. Now, health officials are pushing to reach even more people. Jennifer Hernandez has traveled all over Western Washington giving the vaccine. She's worked 6 days a week since March, but she says now demand is definitely dwindling.
I've gone to a lot of places where people are like, if you guys didn't come to us, I would not have gone out to get this vaccine.
Meanwhile, Washington will hold its last shot of a lifetime lottery drawing tomorrow. The top prize is $1 million. You need to have had at least one dose by last night, though, to make sure that your name is in that drawing. Schools around Oregon are deciding what the school year will look like as COVID restrictions ease. The Medford School District says it will not require teachers to be vaccinated, but the district says it will still use safety measures like contact tracing, disinfecting, and increased air filtration. Medford School District also says masks will not be required, and parents who aren't comfortable sending their kids back to the classroom will have an online option. A COVID state of emergency, meanwhile, is in effect in Japan's capital as new cases rise there and athletes begin to arrive for the Olympic Games. NBC's Tom Yamas reports from Tokyo with just 11 days to go now before the Olympics start.
Tokyo now under a state of emergency and Olympians feeling it the moment they land. From long waits and COVID testing at the airport to apps that track their every move. Travel is limited to the Olympic Village and event locations. No trips to outside restaurants or tourist sites are allowed. U.S. boxer Keyshawn Davis describing it this way.
And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's very hard being out here. It's very hard staying focused because we are quarantining and we can't go nowhere.
But with all the restrictions in place, Olympic athletes are not required to be vaccinated.
I didn't want to put anything in my body that I didn't know how I would potentially react to. As an athlete on the elite level.
50.80 for Michael. Team USA's Michael Andrew competing in 3 events, saying he's not vaccinated and doesn't plan on it in the near future.
All of us here have been through very strict protocol.
Now, there was some hope that some of the venues outside of Tokyo may have spectators, but we've just learned officials in Fukushima and Sapporo, there was going to be baseball events in those cities. They have just said they are not going to have spectators as well. So this means this sort of ban on spectators is spreading throughout Japan. Reporting from Tokyo, Tom Yamas, NBC News.
We're going to step